Hello, everyone. Welcome in. What we're going to do today, we have a plan. We've got a plan for today. We're going to be doing some Rust. We got some Rust on the screen here. We're going to get ourselves set up with the Rust Analyzer. The Rust Analyzer. I've never done this before, but I've seen it. It's actually really cool. It's really powerful. The Rust Analyzer, when you're in your code editor, it's kind of like having the compiler, right? I'm pretty sure because I've seen this before. It's like having the compiler check all of your lines as you're writing them is a lot better of an approach than having to just jump back over to the compiler and then jumping back into your editor and back into the compiler and going back and forth. Wouldn't it be great if it was all right there in your text editor? That sounds good to me. I've never done this before. I think it would be really neat to get it set up. I've always just, run standard Vim, and then I had, cargo build, standard Vim, cargo build, and that's how it kind of went for me. That's what it worked. But now what we're going to do is we're going to try to get that set up. Additionally, I do believe we have a, what do you call it? Let me double check some things. Oh, 1 second. Got to click a button. I jumped live. I pressed the go live button before I was ready. All right, here we go. All right, let's close that and close that. There we go. Okay, now we can bring the screen back. All right, so the plan for today, we got a plan. Hey, programming, how's it going? I'm the first to join the live. Very nice, cool, welcome in. We just started a second ago. We just started. So the plan, we've got a plan for today. The plan for today is we're gonna get some Rust setup going. Not Owen, how's it going? Good afternoon, sir. Welcome on in. Not Owen, happy Friday. We got the stream happening for today. We're gonna be doing some Rust, a little bit of Rust. We'll be doing some code review. We had MD in our Discord channel had this code, a to-do list app. I want to get this checked out. I want to check this out. I want to make sure MD is here before we get that started. But we'll be looking through the source code. Let's take a little early sneak peek here. Let's do a little early sneak peek. What? All right, I see some interesting things going on. So we got our main. Well, we won't go through it right away, but it actually does look pretty decent. So it looks like it's a terminal based. It's a command line based one. I actually kind of like this. All right, we'll check it out. It's pretty quick and simple. We'll go through that, you guys. Before that, though, we did want. I was looking how to. I've never done this before. But I would like to get the Rust Analyzer set up with NeoVim. Usually, my typical editor is just regular Vim, Hey, Mackledon. Hey, Mackledon, what's going on? Let's see. What makes you be so fond of coding? Because you can build business with coding. And that's why I like it. It's different. So it's scalable. It's very scalable. You consider this like, say, for example, you want to start a business, right? You want to start a business? Check this out. Mackledon, check this out. Hey, MD, welcome on in. We'll be able to review some of your code. Finally. All right, we're ready to go. Mackledon, what makes codes so fond of coding is because think about when you start a business. We start a business like maybe a brick and mortar business where you do e-commerce and you have to sell things. You've got packages and logistics and a whole bunch of physical items and inventory, and there's just a lot to deal with, right? But with software, you can create value to automate certain business processes. And you can do that, and then you can sell it to everyone. And it becomes a really great way to, I just think it's really cool. I personally think that's really cool. And so it gets me really excited because there's that opportunity available. And so that's why coding, guys, programming. I am followed you a couple of days ago and already see you have a lot of experience. How many programming languages do you know? Ooh, quite a few now. We were even learning assembly the other day, and we're not done learning assembly. We have more assembly to do. I still have this tab open. This it's got 16 chapters of assembly, and we went through chapter 1 in last Friday, but we want to go through chapter 2 and keep going. Mohammed, hey, how's it going? Welcome on in to the Friday stream. We're going to be doing some Rust today. Maybe if there's still time, we'll be doing some Python at the end, some Python tutorials. But first, we're getting started with Rust. Okay, so MD, since you're here already, MD is here. And what is it? I think, was it Cyborg? Cyborg, let me know when you're here. But we will get the Rust Analyzer installed. I want to get the Rust Analyzer installed with NeoVim. I've never done it before. It seems like it's pretty straightforward. So I have NeoVim installed on my machine, and we'll try it out, guys. You'll try it out. I'm actually really excited because it's really powerful. Oh, Naughty Nova. Music. Hey, how's it going? Hi, Steven. I love your energy. Excellent. That's cool. Happy to have you in. Happy Friday. We are going to be doing some Rust today, just a little bit of Rust. To get us started, we have two tasks. One is to install the Rust Analyzer using NeoVim so we can get a really good developer experience. Running NeoVim and Rust, you don't have to keep jumping back over to your compiler. You can just stay in your text editor and get everything good to go. Before we do that, though, we have MD here. Since you're here, MD, and you're here, do we need to learn multiple languages, or should we master one language? Oh, good question. Okay, so I even kind of skipped over how many languages do you know? So I've got Rust, Erlang, I guess PHP, Python, JavaScript, Java, some Objective-C, some Swift. These languages. Here's the deal. Check this out. Once you learn one language, and you've mastered one language, MD, like you came here, you mastered one language, guess what? You kind of know all the other ones. It's just syntax at that point. It's just syntax. It doesn't matter because they all have strings and math and, object-oriented programming if you want, or modules. They've got for loops and else, ifs, and flow control. It's all the thing. I came for the dance battle. Brandon, you came for the dance battle. Wait a second, Brandon. Wait a second. Hold on, Brandon Fernandez. Do you know, are you talking about a specific video? Because there may or may not be a specific video that you might be referring to. There might be a video that you might be referring to. Mackledon, hey, how's it going, Mackledon? Have you ever take like 3 months off from coding, like zero coding? If not, your computer itself it is a code. Oh yes, Mackledon. I have. I've taken a year off from coding before because I had to focus on things that were not coding related. So I had to focus on non-coding because, business, right? Business is not just coding. It's a lot of other things. And so I had to take a year off from coding. Maybe it jumped in a little bit here or there, but basically didn't touch the code for a while. But it came right back to it. It actually comes back pretty easily once you get going. Once you get going, you come right back to it. All right, so here's the plan for today. We've got MD here in our Discord channel. Posted one of their first to-do lists applications, and I'm really excited to check this out. I want to read through this. This is really cool. This is really cool. We might even run it. We should run it too. We should run it. Naughty Nova Music. Where have you worked at tech? Oh, so we've got LinkedIn/Stephen OB. You can actually see. I'll paste this into our Discord here. So I'll paste this into our Discord so you can see it. So feel free to jump on into the Discord. But lots of different places over the years. And actually, I don't even have a full list of all the different places I've worked. Just a handful of them, you guys. Just a handful of them. You guys, just a handful. Is it Django? Behave Mobile Gaming. Is it Django? Like Python Django? The ORM and all the things. Yeah. So today we're going to be doing we are going to be doing a little bit of Rust. We're going to do a little bit of Rust, some code review. Actually, I want to clone this repo. Let's clone this repo so we can get familiar with this. All right, let's go here. We're going to clone MD's repository. Here we go. We're going to copy that, and then we're going to jump right into the text editor. Oh, you are CTO. Yeah, you got it. You figured it out. Mm-hmm. But it goes deeper than that. If you keep searching, you'll find more details. You'll keep going. Find a few more bits of information there. A few more bits of information. All right, let's go to let's get our HTOP running and then resize that window. There we go. Actually, let's resize it. Let's resize it a little bit different. Resize 14. There you go. And let me go over here. And then let's go into, okay, so git clone. Let's get this on our local computer and we'll get some. I saw some of your chat messages. 1 second. Okay, CD, there we go. Vi source, and then we will open up the main file and we'll check it out. We'll even build it. Actually, we'll build it too. Okay. I'm building a business. Okay, you're building an app in Python. I hope it's going to be good for business. Programming, guess what? Yes, it is. I can tell you Python is really great for business because it's actually a premier language. Python's a premier language that's used in artificial intelligence. It's probably the biggest language. I mean, the underlying tech that you import the libraries like libtorch, which is written in C++, I think, C++. It is, yeah, you usually import those into Python, but Python's a high-level language that makes it really easy for you to automate and maintain over time because it's just a simple language. It's really great, you guys. So yeah, Python is the one. Actually, I'm also a Python developer at Wipro. Wait, what's Wipro? What's Wipro? Wait, we got to figure out what's Wipro. Wipro. What is Wipro? Is that a thing? Oh, consulting. Oh, Wipro.com. Check it out, you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Behave Mobile Gaming at Wipro. Okay, so consulting. What do we do? What do we do? Everything. You do everything. Look at that. You guys, you do everything. This is crazy. Wipro. All right, that's cool to see. Mackledon. I'm here talking unimportant stuff because I'm a newbie when it comes to coding. Hey, cool. Check it out. We're going to be talking about the basics here in the channel, and we're going to make things. But your business is like you must be worth at least 100. Yeah, the business is worth more than that. I can tell you that. I'm not going to give you too much more details, but it is worth quite a few bit more than that. But yeah, you're right. That is kind of cool, and that's why now that's why we're doing YouTube, because now we're having fun. Now we're having fun with life. Hey, How's it going? I just joined. What are you making? Okay, here, we're working on Rust today to get started. We'll do some introductory Rust. MD in our Discord channel posted a message, and they're like, hey, check it out. I've got a Rust project that you created, and we're going to review it, and we're even going to run it locally, but we're going to read the code first. Always read the code before you run the code. You guys, always read the code before you run it, because it could be malicious intent. You never know. There could be malicious intent. You got to be careful. And Naughty Nova, I think major Python libraries are built on top of C++. You're totally right. Major libraries are all built on C++. There's even some built on Rust or some just C, maybe some other kinds of languages. You're totally right. And it helps because of performance. Python's typically pretty slow. It's a pretty slow language, you guys. It's an outsourced company, nothing fancy, Naughty Nova. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool because there's a lot. I mean, look, they're talking about $58 billion just for part of what you're like. It's a huge industry. It's a huge industry with what you're in right now with Wipro. Huge industry, like lots of dollars to go through that industry. So it's even though you say, hey, it's just a little bit, pretty big. I say it's pretty big. Pretty big, yes. How many hours do you work in a week? A lot of hours, many hours. 60 to 80 hours per week. 60 to 80 hours per week. Foon coop. About 60 to 80 hours. Earlier, okay, MD. Earlier, I used to struggle with managing ownerships. Okay, and passing references in Rust. So many initial code and mistakes related to vectors and ownerships and mutability. Yeah. So that's why Rust is really powerful, because it's going to be taking care of a lot of the problems that you might run into from a memory management perspective. It moves all of that from runtime into compile time. So you hear of like these languages like JVM and other things that promise memory safety in Python. Well, guess what? Rust does it at compile time, which means that you're basically guaranteed to have a good time. Obviously, you can still run out of memory in Rust in any other language. So you don't have to worry about that. But guess what? With Rust, it's still way better. It's still way better, you guys. Finder Store. Hey, what's going on? Finder Store, welcome on in. What is the best Ollama model to analyze frames of a not safe for work video with OpenCV? Oh, you are thinking computer vision, aren't you? You're thinking computer vision, Finder Store. Finder Store. Okay, let's think about that. You want a multimodal model that has vision capabilities. Which is the best? Ollama. Let's go to Ollama. Let's click on models. There's an Ollama models area here. Where to go? Downloads. Models. Here we go. Models. We need it to have vision. Gemma 3 has vision. Current most capable model that runs on a single GPU. It has vision capabilities, you guys. So maybe here's the answer, Gemma 3. You might have already got the answer right here at the top of the screen. The answer is Gemma 3 for detecting like not safe for work images. You could totally use Gemma 3. I think it's probably a really good idea, you guys. Okay, MD. Through this process, you learned many important concepts about Rust ownership. Yep, system and how concurrent correctly to share the vector across functions with mutable references. Yeah, it takes a bit. That's one of the things. That's one of the problems with Rust is it's a little challenging to learn. But once you get it, it's actually pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. Maceldon, I actually know the real numbers, but I'll keep it a secret. Okay, cool. Do you, Maceldon? Do you? Okay. So, yep, it's over 100. It's over 100, but quite a bit more. Maceldon. Who are you, Maceldon? Who are you? Wait a second. If you know the real numbers, who are you? So analyze the code review. Hold on a second. Okay. The review the code before running, it's always a good practice. Yeah, we're going to read the code first, you guys. We're going to read the code, and then we're going to run the code. It's going to be that way. Do you have a job, or do you do your own work like on a freelancer type of platform? I have a job, and it is... Did we just have that open? Here, I put it in our Discord. Whoa, hello. Right here we go. Yes, here's the job. CTO at a Silicon Valley tech company. I know it says I live in Seattle because I do, but I just recently moved back to Seattle. But yeah, there's your answer. There's your answer. Let's see here. And then how do I connect more languages for one project? Programming, actually, it's a really good question. Hold on a second. What do you mean? How do you connect more languages for one project? Well, you could do it in a lot of different ways. You can create sort of a microservices where you communicate via REST APIs between them. So you have a REST server. So with Rust, like if you're going to do Rust, you can use the Axum REST API. And then for Python, you can use Flask. And then you can have the two communicate with each other. Or if you don't want to expose ports from a security perspective, you can also use the serialization for my company to communicate between each of the platforms. So it's called PubNub. And then each of the languages, what you can do is you can subscribe to a data channel in one of the languages, and then subscribe to another data channel in the other language. And then you can publish to each other's data channels. And then you can do that anywhere in the world. You can have Python running over here. You can have Objective-C running on your phone. And then you can call between all these locations, and you can do it that way. That's another fun way. It's called RPC, you guys. Remote Procedure Calls, RPC. RPC, you guys. There you go. There's the answer. Here we go. Okay, so a few more questions, and we're going to get to the code review. Then we're going to get to the code review, you guys. We're going to look through the code. We're going to look through some of the code, you guys. When you first started learning Rust a few days ago, you faced many problems and confusion, but now you have started to really love it. That's really cool. I know, isn't it great? It's a really powerful language. It's really powerful. I love it. I love it so much. There's also a way to like FMT format print. There's a format print. Format print. Yeah, format exclamation point. I like this. I like this better. Format, and then you can print that. I think format and then print. Or can you print ln? So see, you've got, let's see. Oh, see, isn't this neat? I'm actually kind of, all right, so here we go. Oh, Maceldon, you just turned 23 years, professionally unemployed who lack experience. Hey, no worries. The best way to get experience is to find an entry point. Find some sort of entry point. What do you want to, like, what kind of entry point would be? Freelancing is actually a pretty good one. You can get some, like, go to Upwork or any of the other freelance websites and try to look for all the new postings. Immediately reply to each of the newer postings, because typically no one replies to those postings. It's because typically the poster will go out and search for contractors that they select. But if you go direct to them, you say, hey, I'm a really good candidate for this, you can preempt all those other posters. I know, because I've done this many times. So it's maybe a good way to get some experience if you're lacking. All right, let's look into this. We're going to do some code review, you guys. Okay, MD, are you ready? Here we go. We're going to do some code review. All right. So you've got a mute here, a mutable variable. Tasks, which is a vector of strings, which basically an array. So that is your data. That's your task store, and you can mutate it. So it means you can add, remove, and update them over time. That's totally fine. That works. This is neat. So this is going to say basically this gives me information with what you're doing. What I might recommend is, since we're indenting a lot, you might want to put this into a separate function. So you could say your main loop, or make a function to make your main loop. That actually might be easier to understand, because for me, one of the things that I love the most about formatting my code is reducing the amount of indentation. So if you can have less indentation, I think that's better. It makes it easier to read. So you're printing your instructions. You're saying print a choice, And then, hi, 22H. How's it going, 22H? Welcome onto the stream. We're doing some Rust code review. How are you doing so good today? It's Friday. It's Friday, you guys. We are going to be doing some Rust code review, and then we'll be doing a NeoVim Rust Analyzer installation. We'll try to get it to work. I've never done it before. We'll see if we can get it to work. What are you doing right now? We are doing some Rust code review from MD in the chat, and from Discord posted their code repo to say, hey, let's check it out. Let's walk through it and see if it works. MD, I want to apologize for not paying enough attention to the project earlier. To be honest, my project looks quite simple right now because I'm still learning. Yep. Hey, here's the deal. Check this out, MD. This is really important. And for figuring things out, what you've done here is actually probably the best code that you could have. This is like among the best code you can have. Why? Look, here's some things. Here's some good things. Check this out. I don't see any, what do you call them? Lifetimes. I don't see any lifetime annotations. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. If you're using lifetime annotations anywhere, that means you're probably doing it wrong. It means you're probably doing it wrong. 7-Eleven, thank you for your channel. This is so cool to see. Is it? Thank you for the feedback. This is really useful. I like it. So it's cool to hear. We'll be doing more of this. We're going to do some code review. MD here in the chat has graciously shared code that we can review, and we're reviewing it. So here, check this out. I don't see any, wait, did I actually, let's double check. No, you're doing it all right. This is all right. MD, check this out. This is really good. This is what you did really good. There's no lifetimes. Excellent. And it's all simple. It's all clean. Your code is all incorporated in a way that's really clean and organized. Look, single indentation. Oh, it's so good. This is really good right here. Oh, it's so good. Look at that. And you stdin, obviously this is going to be a command line app. So we're going to be importing our data directly from the command line. It's going to be cool. When Friday comes, I came to school to take a laptop to work on my project. Then you realize it's almost Monday. Oh, wait. Is that like saying that, when Friday comes, I came from school to take the laptop on my project and then realize it's almost, that means that you had a really good weekend, right? Is that what that means? Because it's almost Monday at that point. For real at programming. For real programming. Okay. So here, we've got, let me just post in some of my things here. Isn't there, you can do, no, okay, yeah. Okay, so good things. Let's see. We'll do one, no lifetimes. That's a good thing. Let me type in a heart icon here because that is my favorite. Oh, wait, that didn't pop in, did it? And I know why. Let's see. Anyway, we won't worry about emojis right now. Okay. Graduate, hey, how's it going? Guess what? Never mastered a skill, only 4 grades. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean, graduate? Never mastered a skill, only 4 grades. Oh, so you can graduate school, but you never have to learn anything. You can get the piece of paper that says that you graduated, but you never, I'm pretty sure that's what you mean. Is that what you mean? Improve things to improve. I like, oh, wow. let's not autocomplete that list. We don't need to autocomplete that one. Okay. So, I would say maybe what you could do here is, maybe do a print line per. So like this is just to keep things simple. You could do a print line per. So the print ln would look like this. Actually, let's just change it so that way you can see. And then F. There we go. And then berm. And then I like do it like this, something like that. This is just not that helpful, but like so it's easier to read on the screen, right? Easier to read on the screen. Number 3 is remove task, and then number 4 is exit. Okay, so something like that I think is a little bit easier. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Low key, or wait, Leco, how's it going? Hey, how to be so positive and enthusiast while programming like you? You could start right now. There's nothing holding you back. You can do it right now. You can be enthusiastic too. You can totally do it. What project are you working on at programming? Hey, I just started on my hominid robot project. Oh wait, humanoid. I thought you said hominid for a second because I was like, oh, we're doing some but humanoid robot project. Arith, myself. How is your day going? It's going really good today. We're doing some code reviews. And we're also modifying some code just to make it a little bit easier to read here. Just a little bit easier because see you had these you put these \ins in here, and so you could just put them on a bunch of different lines like this. I kind of like this. Just readability, simple, clean, easy. Now we're just talking simplicity things. This is fine. So you got this is good. We don't need to worry about that. Let's take care of that. Enter your choice, looking good. And then you've got use. Okay, so here. Okay, so I do see a problem. You have some unused code here. Hold on a second. So you've got an std in, but you also have an std in down here. Add task. This is interesting. So maybe there's multiple points. So your loop should be based on user input. I guess, okay, so you've got multiple user inputs. So maybe this isn't so bad. It might not be so bad, you guys. Myself, very curious about your humanoid robot project, because I want to program dancing robots one day. I think that would be a lot of fun. So programming's got an answer. I don't know why I have to learn QBasic. Oh no, you have to learn QBasic. If nobody uses it, nobody uses it. QBasic is never used. It's never used, you guys. Do you have to learn QBasic? I'm so sorry. You have to learn QBasic. Is Rust similar to C++? Is this Rust? It is Rust, you guys. Alex, how's it going? Rust is similar to C and C++ in how performant it is. It's performance, high performance, you guys. It's really fast. In fact, at PubNub, we've migrated a majority of our code over to Rust from various languages, JVM languages, Go, because Go is still, about the speed of Java. And then even some C applications we've migrated to Rust because of the concurrency safety, the memory safety. It's a really great language. The best language in the world, apps. In my opinion, I think Rust is number one by far. But programming, it's so sorry to hear that you QBasic. That's unfortunate. All right. Core Java is my only skill. Java is, I would say, more of an academic language. You don't really need to use Java today unless you're working on a legacy enterprise application. For today and the future, if you want to build applications on the JVM, you'll want to use Kotlin. You won't use Kotlin, so that's probably a better, or Scala, maybe some Scala. You could do that too. You guys. How long have you been using Rust? Since before 2020. So maybe 2019? Yeah, maybe, or 2018. So what is that? How many years? 6 years, about 7 years, you guys. Rust for 7 years. Back when the Rust compiler was just horrifying. If you thought Rust was hard now, imagine how bad it was back in 6 or 7 years ago. When the compiler was like, you did it wrong, you should do it like this. And then you change it. It's like, nope, you totally did that wrong too. Even though you did exactly what it told you to do. It was a nightmare. Oh, it's so much better nowadays, but Rust is way better now. So yeah, about 7 years. Rust is not similar to C++ as long as far as you know. Yes, Leco, you are totally right. Rust and C++ from a syntactic perspective are very different languages. They're very different. C++ and the different compilers that are available for you, they do have some strengths that maybe the Rust compiler has, but nothing compares to Rust. Nothing compares. Rust is its own category of awesome. When I notice the same code is repeating multiple times, you should create a separate function. Yes. When code is repeating multiple times, create a separate function. You got it. And so this is why I was thinking when I saw std in here, I'd probably make a function just to get user input, right? Just to capture user input. So that way you can control that in a separate. But this is fine because you only use it twice. So it's not a big deal. It's still far more readable. This code right here is far more readable and better than some of the senior engineering codes that I've seen that use these advanced abstractions that are unnecessary. It's a lot of fun, you guys, to build with advanced abstractions, and it makes you feel good, and it's satisfying, and it's entertaining, but it costs a lot of chaos. It causes chaos because you've added all this tech debt that you're pre-optimizing, basically. You're trying to architect for a better world in the future, but you can't do that. You can't because you never can predict it. You need to treat code as maybe a little bit more throwaway. Treat code as more throwaway because we're always rewriting it and we're always making it better, you guys. We're always rewriting it. So you can always, okay, so I like your approach to revisions and getting knowledgeable when doing live streaming, isn't it? Yeah, this is Rajdeep. Rajdeep, nice to have you. Nice you have made your study and teaching interesting. That's cool to hear for you and for us. You got it. You got it. So you're totally right because there's things that I don't know and I'm really curious to learn about. Like we want to learn more assembly. We've got some assembly language here that we are going to be so we got through chapter 1 in assembly. We're going to be doing chapter 2. We're going to do all 16 chapters, but not this stream though. We'll do that in a future stream. We'll do it in a future stream, guys. We'll do some more assembly language programming in the future. Big Glizzy, what are you mining? We've got some, it looks like we're mining something, doesn't it? Because we got these cores up here. They're running. We're mining. I know what we're mining. Here's the answer. If you're still here, because I'm running behind on some of the chat messages. We're mining video streaming right now. Because you can see here that we are currently running OBS to broadcast a live stream, which requires a lot of video compression. So we're mining video compression into Ethernet frames and then shooting them off to YouTube servers so you can see everything live right now. And that's what we're doing. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Thank you for the likes. David Black, yo, what's up, man? Isn't Java full of errors? It can't, well, I mean, every language can be full of errors. Every language can be full of errors, David Black. Java it's not off the hook from that perspective. Thank you for the likes. Java is great to learn a lot of the common patterns that you would see in programming languages. That's why I call it an academic language, because it's actually okay to learn in school. It's okay to learn in school. But here's the problem. You don't necessarily want to use Java in the real world these days. You want to use derivatives of Java or other languages that compile to the same bytecode for the JVM, including like Scala and Kotlin. These languages are better for you in the real world. They're just better, you guys. They're better. Have you heard of ScyllaDB? Oh, yes, I have. People say it's 10 times faster than Cassandra. Here's the deal. We were approached by ScyllaDB when they first came out because it's written in C++, and Cassandra is written in Java. It's written in Java, and it is very expensive. It's very expensive because Java, it's not the greatest when it comes to being efficient. It's not the greatest when it comes to being efficient. I know there's been a lot of optimizations over the years. There's been a lot of Java optimizations. But when it comes to things like big data and always on hot indexes like Cassandra, it's expensive. It requires a lot of memory, a lot of disk. Well, I mean, disk isn't really. I take that back. It's mostly a memory and compute problem when it comes to Java. But yeah, ScyllaDB is a lot faster because it's written in C++. You guys, is Rust often used in tech companies? Yes, it is actually. So we use it here at PubNub, and we've connected over 1 billion devices. Check this out. In May 2020, let's see if I can find it here. In May 2023, we had achieved over 1 billion devices connected to our network. And we can't do this without Rust. You guys, it's just not possible. It's not possible without Rust. You need it. You need it for that scale. Does Rust have the same power as C++? It does, I would say. And better. It is as fast. I would say it's as fast. You just compare them, they're as fast. David Black, the same speed, you guys, which is just as lightning fast as it can be. So yes, you are mining the future of this channel. Loco, yeah, you're right. Leikoa, you're totally right. We're mining the future of this channel. That's what's happening right now. Could you please recommend what project I should do next? Okay, next project. What's a good one? What's a good next project? Actually, that's a really good one. I actually don't know. I don't know. You've got the main stuff here. Oh, what is PubNub, please, Alex? Okay, what is PubNub? I missed some of your chats. So I'll get back to him here in a sec. Okay. So PubNub is an infrastructure company. So you might see familiar companies in here: ServiceMax, DAZN, Swiggy, Adobe, Unity, game development platform. So you're familiar with like multiplayer video games or telemedicine, right? Telemedicine. Clojure. Yep, Clojure is another JVM language. Gameloft, Logitech, or IoT devices where you're communicating with devices, right? So we are a communication company. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Developers, we'll go to SDKs, and then we'll say JavaScript, for example. So you can add a subscription. So you subscribe to a channel, like channel Hello World. Let's zoom in on that so you can see. Let's zoom in. You know what? Is there a dark mode? Is there a dark mode? Here we go. Let's go to dark mode, you guys. All right. So we go subscribe. Here we go. Subscribe. Here we go. So you connect to a channel. This is like the main feature of PubNub. Our core message bus is written in C, and we've deployed it across all of Amazon's data centers globally. Your users connect to the closest data center. You run this code in your application. You connect to a channel, and then you subscribe, and then you can publish a message to that device on that channel, and then the channel is Hello World right here. That data, no matter where the device is on the planet, no matter what network it's on, is it IPv6? I don't know. Is it IPv4? Are you behind a firewall? Is it a double NAT? You never know. It doesn't matter. That data will get to the device anywhere in the world. It gets there, you guys. That's the core value of PubNub. And that's my company, you guys. That's my company. I've built it over the years, and there's still a lot more to do. But we have achieved over 1 billion connected devices in May 2023. Isn't that cool? All right, so gave you the answer there. Let's jump back to some of the chat messages, and then we'll get back to the code review. Because we're not done yet. Here we go. Architecture astronauts. You got it, Alex. MD, we need to figure out what the next project. Actually, let's paste that here in the channel. At MD, we need to find you the next project. After to-do list, what should it be? Question mark. Actually, that's a really good question mark. What do we want your next project to be? Something similar so you can learn and things like that. Things that I think I'm like, we'll build a deep learning neural network, but no, that's too much. You don't want to do that. But there's got to be like a next good project. There could be a next good project. All right, Garrett Fort, Gert, Rust looks like C++, TS like TypeScript, and Java syntax. From what I can see, it is. Yeah, it is. It's very close to Java syntax. It looks very similar to Java syntax with like definitions and things like that. But you're totally right. It's very much like it. All right, so 22. Let's see. Oh, wow. I missed a lot of chat messages. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to catch up here. 1 second. Okay. Let's see. What advice to give you? Okay. Sorry, 22H. Okay. What kind of advice would you give to young people or teenagers who are just starting to figure out their life? A business. Try to start a business. Here's the deal. There's huge opportunity right now in artificial intelligence. There's a whole world that exists today with enterprise legacy. Enterprise legacy is a bunch of software that exists right now in this very second that billions of dollars are spent on. AI can take over all of that. There can be a new version, the AI version of all that software can be written, and it's just starting now. That's going to be the next 10 to 15 years. So my advice is to focus on that. If you're just getting started, you'll be able to you'll make it happen, you guys. Barna Lan from Suleiman. Hey Suleiman, I don't know what you mean by Barna Man. Barna Lan. Garrett, is it flexible like Clojure? Rust? Oh, it is. So there's Lambda functions. There's a lot of because like Clojure is a functional language, right? So that's one of like main features of Clojure. But Rust has that as well. So Rust has that built in. So yes, you can have that flexibility, but Rust is far more strict. Because the compiler is going to prevent you from creating error scenarios. And it is very frustrating sometimes because the compiler, you try to do something and then it says, nope, you can't do that, but you really want to. You really want to do it. And that's why like Python is probably a better language for starters, because you can learn the patterns from Python a lot better. And then you won't get stuck in Rust, Rust challenges. But if you want like hard mode, you guys, start with Rust. If you want hard mode, start with Rust, you guys. Okay, let's see what other messages. All right, let's try to get through some of these messages real quick. Let's do chatbot using AI. That would be a good one. That's a good one. Nilok Playas, how's it going? How does loops work? I tried programming, but I don't understand loops. I want to try again after I learned Kali. Oh, like Kali Linux and other pen testing skills. Kali Linux, you guys. Kali Linux. So yeah, loops are actually pretty straightforward. There's the loop forever. I'm pretty sure this is a loop forever program. Yeah, this program loops and it never ends. There's also like while loops. There's for loops. There's map and there's filter and different ways to like interact with iterations over lists of things. But loop is probably the easiest because then you can just say break at some point. Like you can say if some condition, then break, right? You could do that, something like that. And then you've broken out of your loop. So if true, some condition, like, I don't know. But yeah, maybe we can go through loops. We actually did loops in the previous stream with Python. So the previous stream, yesterday's stream, was all about loops. So if you missed that, check out yesterday's stream. Alex Hurl, impressive. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, you're welcome. MD, thanks. Wow, inspiring. Well done, brother. Checks the syntax questions, please. Wait, check the syntax question. Garrett Fort. Garrett Forey. Hold on a second. If I missed a message, just retype it. Just retype it because I might have missed a message. I've worked on PubNub. Amazing product. Glad to see you. Cool. That's great to hear. Thank you. Kumar Singh. Sujit Kumar Singh. You've worked with PubNub. That's awesome to hear. That's great to hear. David Black. Network programming. Yes, that's the main thing that we do at PubNub is network programming. MD. I want to work on a bigger project so that I can learn more and improve your skills. Maybe a game, like a mini game of some sort. I think a game would be really cool. If you did a game, MD, but now you're getting into like a bigger project. If you want a bigger project, like do a game. So like a game engine. Like what's a good game engine? Game engine for Rust. What's a good one? Game engine for Rust language. Here we go. What's a good one? Bevy. Oh yeah, I've heard about Bevy. Check out Bevy, but there's a whole bunch of other ones. But Comfy looks like an easy 2D game engine that you can use. Piston I heard was good, but I heard Bevy is a up-and-coming, really powerful one. So there you go, MD, if you're looking for a little bit more. Garrett Forey, thanks, bro. No problem. Jesse, Love App. Yeah, how's it going? Can you teach? Yes, we can, Jesse. Jesse, we can teach. We'll teach you. We'll make things happen here. Hey, Hamad. Can you tell us some software as a service or micro software as a service ideas for me, which I can make in 6 months of time? You're asking a challenging question. Okay. So customer support, that's one. So customer support requires a platform that you can sell to other businesses to manage their customers' experiences. If you want to completely replace that with a fully generated artificial intelligent customer support platform, you can do it and you can make a really good business doing it. And that will be software as a service, you guys. Hi, how will AI affect cybersecurity roles? Rajip, how's it going? Well, it's actually already affecting it now because these AI systems are able to more quickly test for common vulnerabilities. So it's accelerating, actually, I would say it's accelerating the level of security and patches that are being applied. I know this because I see all these bounties come in a lot more quickly these days. I see a lot more bounties come in, you guys. Garrett, okay, dope. Like, make your own syntax and closure. Okay. Your quick, humble opinion on Ubuntu, canonical, implementing Rust, brother. So wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Garrett, what do you mean? I'm actually kind of humble opinion about Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a great operating system. It's really easy. It sets up clean. It works on a lot of hardware. It's fast. It's not overly burdened by a lot of software. There is some bloatware on it, but it's fine. That's what like Arch Linux is for if you want to install just the bare Arch Linux with a GUI. But Ubuntu is perfectly fine. We actually run some Ubuntu in our infrastructure, but otherwise everything's, container-based and things like that, you guys. Are you teaching Rust? 1, 2, 3, Zoo Wild? We're learning some Rust today. We're doing a quick little tutorial, MD. MD, let's do a game then? Cool, MD, let's do a game? Okay, cool. That sounds really awesome. I think that would be really fun. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of Rust. We're doing a code review. And we're walking through things to improve, just some basics basic code structure with the less indentation, something like that. Okay. Hey, Steven, what's up? Wolf, say how's it going, Wolves? Good to have you in here. We're doing some Rust today, you guys. If we have time, I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure if we'll have time. This seems like to be the only thing that we're going to do today is Rust. It seems like K-Spice, how's it going? How's it going, K-Spice? Hold on a second. Loops, people check out Head First series. That's a good one. Head First series. Make you get to these the base right. Write the code, code it, and talk while you code. Oh, your brain will hurt. But after some time, it is your new language. Garrett, that's a really good idea. So not only do you type it, but you also speak it out loud. Then you learn it. That's a really good tip. That's a really good tip, Garrett. Or Gert, that's a really good tip, Gert. Gip Furry. That's a really good tip. Good idea. Type it down and then speak it out loud. That's a really good idea. Thank you. Good idea. Okay, let's see if we got some other chat messages, and then we'll get back to the code review here. What knowledge do I need to be a junior software developer in Microsoft? They like C# over there, you guys. Microsoft likes C#. C# is one of their favorite things. But guess what? They also like Rust. They're moving a lot of their code over to Rust. So if you're looking to get into Microsoft, you want C# and Rust. Those are the things at Microsoft, you guys. C# and Rust. Those are the ones. C# and Rust, you guys. When it comes to loops, I find C loops the best. Overall, C is a very simple language. MD, yeah, exactly. Simple, really powerful. You can run into some issues. Hold on a second. You guys got a timer going off. I got a timer alarm going off. Let me click I have to go get that timer. I'll be right back. And then we will finish the chatting. We'll finish chatting with you guys. And then we will get to the code review here. One second. I'll be BRB. Oh, not that one. All right. BRB. Be right back. BRB. All right, that was quick. All right, we're back. Oh, wait, hold on a second. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's get back to some of the chat messages. All right, you guys. Here we go. How will AI affect DevOps roles if you have to choose between DevOps and cybersecurity in terms of job security? Which one would you pick? DevOps, I would say, is a good one because we have all this infrastructure that needs to be managed and maintained. And so DevOps is a huge role. That's actually pretty good. And you need to learn a lot of things like containers and orchestration like Kubernetes and maybe other kinds of container systems that you guys, there's like a ton of stuff. So DevOps is a good one. It's called Site Reliability Engineer, SRE. Also, DevOps, right? So you need to learn some coding and how things work, you guys. That's it. Wolfs, I missed your message here. You've got a proxy or firewall project you started, and you're learning Fast API from now? That actually sounds like a really good idea. Fast API is really powerful, really fast. I believe it's written in C, but then you can obviously Fast API, run it in Python, and it gives you a really easy interface to work with. A really easy interface to work with, you guys. Canonical is implementing refactoring with its Rust versus assembly. You don't know? That's a really cool. I didn't know that. I had no idea. That's actually really powerful. Okay, so if Ubuntu is going to get better refactoring with Rust, I think that's really cool. Implementing refactoring with Rust versus assembly. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's better to refactor in Rust because, why do assembly? It's going to be problematic. They couldn't do it in assembly because they target so many different platforms and operating different chipsets and architectures. It would be hard for them to be able to target assembly because each architecture is different, you guys. They're different. Okay, what coding font or theme are you using? 123 ZooWild. Here we go. I got your answer. What are we using? Here we go. Terminal window. Let's go to settings. Here we go. This will be kind of hard to see on stream. It's called Monaco. It's Monaco 18. Monaco 18. And then the theme is called Groovebox. See, Groovebox theme. There you go. Groovebox themes, you guys. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Here we go. You can see all these likes showing up all of a sudden. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you. Like to see it's good feedback. Great feedback, you guys. Sorry, I don't understand. What do you exactly mean by customer support? Is it related to chatbots? Yes, it is. So, like for example, there's these e-commerce websites. And they have customers, right? But they need to be able to communicate with those customers and resolve issues. If you can build an AI version for customer support, that's like the next thing. That's the next thing. So that's just one example. That's one example. You can see your likes here, there, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. What inspired you to create your website, and what was the first success that came from it? Inspired the website. So I wanted a way to be able to communicate. I think that's the idea. We wanted to be able to communicate between apps. When we started the company, it was before. So when we started the company it was before push notifications existed, and we needed a way to add push notifications onto these devices to be able to call, see where cars are on the map. Where's the car on the map? You want to be able to see the car approaching you on the map as it arriving. Those sorts of things. You couldn't do that without PubNub back then. You needed PubNub. That's the answer. FYI, that's correct. Canonical, the company behind Ubuntu, is actively refactoring core systems components of the Linux distribution using Rust to improve security and reliability. That's part of it. Nice. That's very cool. We're doing the same. We're doing the same at PubNub. We are refactoring and rebuilding majority of our tech with Rust. We're doing the majority of our tech with Rust. And that's why we're learning some Rust today, you guys. We're learning some Rust. We're definitely not going to have time for Python today. We're going to have to stick with Rust today. I was going to send you the results of your project, but found out it's a bit poor. So now I have to rewrite it, the code yourself. Soon we'll update you, though, on LinkedIn. Okay, cool. Wolf, that sounds good. I'm excited to finish it up. Nice. That's good to hear. What are we on Rust today? We are. We're on Rust today. You got it. We are doing some Rust today. And to show you, cool. Sounds good, Wolves. I've always wanted to learn Rust. Just didn't get the time. Good news. We're doing Hello World Rust stuff here now. We're doing Hello Rust Part 2, just the broader industry-wide oxidation effort to replace low-level C with memory-safe Rust. Nice. We're doing the same thing. Also, link your company. Okay, here we go. We'll link the company. There you go. Here we go. Here's the link to the company. Paste the message. Blah, blah, blah. Company.com. There you go. There's the link to the company. Okay, PubNub, got it. Almost sounds like a yep, it does. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. No worries. You know what? That is, you're not alone. You're not alone, Garrett. You're not alone, Garrett. You are not alone, because that is a common mistake that happens often, you guys. Rajdeep, can you please check my previous comment? Yes, I will do it. I'll check your previous comment. Rajdeep, Gert Furry, Ta. What do you mean, Ta? Gotcha. Can you please check my previous message? Let's see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find your previous message, Rajdeep. One second. Where'd you go here? There's some. Then how will AI affect DevOps roles? Is this the one you're talking about? I know we read this, but I don't know if I answered your question. If you have time to choose between DevOps and cybersecurity in terms of job security, I would say DevOps. Choose DevOps. Right? Is that the right one? Wait, did I get the right? Yep, choose DevOps. Is that your previous message? That might not be the previous message you're referring to. Guys, if you paste a link or anything that looks like a link, it might not show up on the screen. It might not come to me. So you have to be careful. Links don't make their way over. Can we do a calculator in Rust? Oh, that's a good one. Do a calculator in Rust. Get a basic idea of certain operators that way. That's really smart. That's a really smart idea. We can do a calculator app in Rust. Calculator app. Okay, before we do that, though, let's go through. Actually, I like that. I'm going to add that to the future stream ideas. We'll add that to future stream ideas. Here we go. Future stream idea. Create calculator app in Rust as a basic introduction training. There we go. We got it there. We got it, you guys. Just in case, if you are not in our Discord, we've got that here. And then we can do future streams. You got some really good future streams idea. Ash, Arajit, how's it going? Hi, welcome on in. Welcome on in, Arajit. Let's see here. How's it going? Arajit? Let me see. Okay. Now we can get back to some of the Rust here. Let's get back to some of the Rust. Okay. MD, let's finish up the code review because I want to make sure to look at this all the way good. All the way good, you guys. Okay, so we got standard in, looks good. User input. You're matching, because this is a result. User input. Read line is going to pass user input as a mutable reference. So it's going to mutate user input, which is a string. and then it's going to read the line, and then you match the input because it's going to be a result. But see, this is weird. Hold on a second. Hold on. Match user input .trim.parse. Oh, I gotcha. So you're processing. You're removing white space. You're removing some white character in case anyone presses space job or space. Thank you, sir. Joining Discord now. Cool. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Thank you for the likes. Okay, here we go. Then error continue, which just says start over. If there's something we could do here is we could print out an error. We could do something like this, like this, like this, like that. Do something like this. Please enter a valid number. So that would be good. So some error, user input, user input validation and instructions, something like that. Instructions. So that's another thing to improve. I mean, we're just talking some basics here. We're doing basic stuff, you guys. We're doing basic. We're doing basic things. And then let's see here. User input, match user input. If they do 1, 2, 3, or 4, looks good to me. Please. Oh wait, you already have that here. You already have it here. I'm jumping ahead. MD, you already figured things out. We didn't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Oh, well, actually we do because you have continue. You had continue here. So you still need it here because you were skipping this match here. You were skipping the match. Something you could do is do nothing. You could do nothing instead. I believe, is there, you just do a no op, right? You could just do that like this. I think this would be better, right? If you could do something like that. That might be better if you do something like that, because then you won't need a second. You won't need this here. You won't need the second line, and you don't need the continue, and then it will just come to your match statement, and then it will say, please enter a valid number. I think that's a better approach. So there's an improvement there. Little tiny improvements, you guys. Little tiny improvements. User input. Okay. Oh wait. I'll see if I got some of the chat messages here for 1 second. How about network project, like a little chat or something? Ooh, might be a great, since it's your expertise. David Black, that actually sounds really smart. That's really smart. We could do a network-oriented project. We could do that. That's actually really good. XS, hey, how's it going? XS, welcome into the stream. Programming. My app is AI auto answer for email. Ooh, that's a good one. AI auto answer for email. To use it, you create an account. And then you type the company name, goal, the company, and describe your company. And then what you get in email, AI it generates and it sends it automatically for you. That's really cool. That's a good one. I think that's a good one. Wait, you just deleted the message. Wait, Arajit, you had an interview which did not went well. Oh no, that's terrible. So was just sad, but that is life. What are you doing? What are we doing today? We're doing some Rust code review. MD gave us some Rust code in our Discord, and we're looking through it right now. We're doing some code review of Rust in our Discord, you guys. Have also made a CLI calculator next time. Oh, it's a good one. That would be a good one. We can take a look at that too. Oh, cool. That would be great. That would actually, MD, if you did that, that would make my life a lot easier, because then we don't have to actually type it at the same time as we're reading it, and all the chat messages too. Okay. So we're doing really good here. We're doing really good. So we got force, exit, remove tasks, add tasks, remove tasks. This is interesting. So let's jump over to this. So we remove tasks, tasks.clear. Oh, this is all tasks have been removed. Yep, that'll do the trick. That'll do the trick, you guys. That's kind of fun. View tasks. So this will print out all the tasks. You got a for loop here. That's actually kind of nice with an iter.enumerate. And the enumerate will give you a number. So then you can say what task the number is. And then your printing line using the format, the print line with format. So you've got, this works out. This works nicely. This looks really good, MD. And you'll get some suggestions too. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Add task, string, read line looks good. Tasks push, trim the string, task added successfully. Okay. I think we're ready to run it. You guys. I think we're ready to run it. It sounds really good to me. Okay. Let me close that. Let's say cargo build. Let's see if it builds. Hold on. That might have been my fault. Let's see here. Is it matches different? Let's see here. All right. What was it? All right. Let's see here. Macledon. Yeah. And about interviews, pretty sure you're so fond of coding, and I can't imagine any company rejecting you. Oh, yeah, I know, that's so sad. It's just sad. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate thing that happens, you guys. It's unfortunate. Which architecture do you use at PubNub? In the backend, we use Linux. We're running Linux. We run containers. And usually we use the, what is it called? From scratch. We use from scratch. So we use Docker container from scratch. So Docker from scratch. We run on Kubernetes in our infrastructure. We use Docker from scratch. So you say from scratch, and then you copy your code over, and then you can execute. So it's basically like a minimal container. So you don't have to import a whole bunch of other dependencies, and it boots a lot faster. So we run from scratch. From scratch, you guys, if you've never heard about that, if you didn't know that you could do that with Docker or other kind of container systems, you don't run from scratch, you'll get a better, faster container. A better, faster container, you guys. Let's see here. So wait 1 second. Work with MVC. Yep, model view controller. In recent projects, I've tried to implement feature-based clean architecture by Uncle Bob. I don't know what that means, but MVC is good. And keeping things clean and simple is the best. By far the best, you guys. Programming. You were right. You was right. I only know Python, but just at looking at your Rust code, you understand it. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So once you learn one language, it's easy to get all the others. It's easy. So you already know what's happening here. You know what a print looks like. You know what a loop is going to do. This looks like a variable definition, right? With Python, you can just say tasks equals like this, right? You could just do that in Python. This is what Python looks like, but this is what Rust looks like. The variable definition, a little bit different, but you know what's going on. You guys know what's going on, don't you? You know what's going on. You can see what the difference is between Python and Rust. Okay, let's see here. So, is it continue required? I don't think it's required, is it? Is it required? Here, let's go. Let's do that. CD Rust, CD, go here. Cargo build. All right. Okay. Error, block is empty. But we didn't make it empty. Oh, this is why I'm being silly. Oh, it was, here we go. There we go. We can do it like that. Okay. No? Wait, expected to use 16 found. Okay. So this actually, what if we did have this? What would that look like? Okay, so it does build. Okay. So user input, so we could just say something like that maybe? Would that work? Is this better? I like this because we have a couple print lines here. So let's see if that works. Character, empty, character literal. Yeah. U16. How do we, U16. Oh, parse. We're going to get a number. Okay. So this is, let's just say 0. We'll say 0. See if that works better. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this, I like this is better. We could just do it like this. Here we go. 0. I think that's better. Boom, we did it. Okay, improved. We made an improvement. Made a little bit of an improvement, but see, it's simpler, it's cleaner. And if it gets, although, see, you've got no 0 tasks here, so it'll match on this, and then it will just loop back. So it's the same thing, and you only need to have one print. It's the same thing, and you only need one print, you guys. XS. What is the role of Rust in LLMs and AI? Usually, C++ CUDA has been a performance backbone for AI frameworks and GPU kernels like Rust. You like Rust? You like Rust? By the way, nice. Yeah. So Rust. So a lot of the existing AI frameworks like PyTorch and other things, these things are running at in the slow language like Python. They're running in a slow language like Python. And in Python, you can still make mistakes. With Rust, I'd say one of the advantages with AI and Rust is that you will get in it, the compiler will help you find errors, and it's going to be a lot faster. So when you're processing arrays, like say, for example, in Python, and you're transmitting those arrays between like the C library and then up to the GPU and back into Python again, you're wasting a lot of compute. You're wasting a ton of compute. It would be better if you just had everything in Rust. From the get-go, you guys, everything in Rust from the get-go, it would be a lot better. It'll be a lot better. So that is where it comes in from a better reliability perspective, from an AI plus plus Rust, you get reliability. I mean, comparing it to Python, right? And then you get performance. You get reliability and performance. So that is the future of AI. Definitely, you will see a lot more Rust. You can actually use libtorch with Rust. You can do libtorch with Rust. Let's see here. libtorch Rust. You can do it. You can do libtorch with Rust. So torch RS. Here you go. So it is a libtorch with the C++ API with Rust with the torch crate. You can do it, you guys. You can make it. You can make it like that. So that's I would say that's like a good. That's a good next step. It's a good next step. Okay. Okay. Wait. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now it's Kotlin. You got it. Python is best skills for starters. You got it, Macledon. You got it. Python is the best for getting started because Python is simple. It's clean. It's easy to read, and you get to learn all of the common patterns that you see across every other language. So it's important from that perspective. It's important from that perspective. Okay, let's see. We're almost done. Okay, so we built and compiled it. It looks like it. Let's run it. Let's MD. If you're still here, we're going to run your application now. We're going to run it. We're going to try it out. Everything else looks really good here. It's all clean. It's easy. Push tasks. You got your task array. You're printing things out. You've got a for loop here. It looks clean. Easy and clean. Easy and clean, you guys. Looks good. You did a really good job, MD. You did a really good job at this. Here we go. All right, so let's do cargo run. That'd be funny if into your choice. Okay. Invalid input. Okay. Let's do that. Invalid input. Looking good. 0. Invalid input. Okay. Let's do 1. Let's add a task. What's the task name? Review MD's Rust project. There we go. Press enter. We task added to the set. Let's look at the views. Number 2. Okay, so I do see some, obviously, but you can see it. It's right here. It's there. It works. It's just a little confusing from the UI perspective, right? On the command line interface and then a terminal window. It's a little confusing. Yeah, let's go, MD. You did it. Look at you wrote some Rust, and you did a really good job. Here's why I really like your code. This is why I really like your code. It's simple. It's clean. It separates a lot of the functionality into extra functions. The functions are less than 10 lines each, which is really nice. It's really clean. You can see what's happening here. There's minimal indentation. Something like this. Instead of doing like an if like this, I would recommend doing just a return. And then so I would recommend this. Do this instead. We'll do this instead. Let's improve this function really quick. I want to improve it just a smidgen. Okay. AAA. How's it going, AAA? Does the same issue persist as with Python? If you use Rust to talk with the C++ API, why just not C++ plus CUDA alone? Well, here's the deal. If you did C++ and CUDA alone, you will get excellent performance. AAA games still build their code in C++, right? Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine written in C++, you guys. Code, you got it. Glitch Lori. You got it. Beauty. Hey, Beauty, how's it going, Beauty? You've got yourself, you're welcome. You're looking at some Rust here on the screen. But yeah, you're totally right, AAA, like AAA games. Are you a AAA game? AAA, 3 A's, AAA. Rajip, hey Rajip, how's it going? Next time I'll focus on UI. Yeah, that's another thing is the user experience, right? That user experience. Because when we were running it, it was like, you can see here that it's, you can see on the screen. You can see where it gets confusing because the list is a little interesting. So we can make some improvements there. So view tasks, you would want to say, okay. So print. Let's make an improvement on this function real quick. This is just very basic stuff, very basic. But see things like this. I see extra indentation. I prefer less indentation. So what we could do instead is this. Get rid of that, and then you say return here, like this. No tasks found, return. Otherwise, and then we say print your tasks. We can do this, and we'll do like this, right? So let's rerun cargo. Wait, let's do build. Build. There we go, and then rerun cargo run. Okay. So then we can add a task. Review MD's Rust. There we go, and then we say view tasks, and Oh, so we almost got it. So we did a little bit of improvement. A little bit of improvement there. So let's go ahead and we'll do a print. We'll do a print here. Like that. So it's a little bit easier to see, to read. There we go. Let's go that, build, run, and then enter task, and we'll say MD's Rust, and then we say view tasks. There we go. So see, now we can see our tasks look there. Just a little bit nicer. Just a smidgen nicer, you guys. Just a smidgen nicer. Okay, let's get back to some of the chat messages here, you guys. What's the project we're working on? MD was so gracious to give us a repository here in Discord. Where is it? Right here, which is a to-do list, which is kind of like, a getting started example that you want to like build as your first app when you're trying to learn a language, which is the best way to learn a language. You want to build an app to learn the language. We're reviewing the code. We reviewed the code on stream, and that's what we did today, you guys. That's what we did. I wanted to do more. But let's see what else we got here in the chats real quick. MD, are you Indian? I see that APJ sirs on DP on you. Good question. Don't know the answer to that one. File scopes directives, no need. File scope directives, no needed. Garrett, wait, hold on. What's your Python indentation? Oh, you're right. I missed your message over there. Python indentation sucks. It does. I agree, because the Python indentation is mandatory. You can't not do it. But actually, it is pretty forgiving. It might be more forgiving than you think. Python does allow you to get away with some things. It does. It lets you get away with a few things. It's still good to start though. It like the guy said, yep, it's still a great starting language, but you'll get surprised. So to get hang of it, JS and TypeScript, yep, those are also good languages, and work with higher level statically typed languages. Yeah, absolutely. Start at the higher level languages. They're easier entry. They make it easier to get started. And then your life will be better. Your life will be better, you guys. There you go. All right, here. Sorry to ask, what is the use of Rust? So at least at PubNub, what we do is we actually connect over 1 billion devices with Rust, because Rust is so powerful, and it is a compile time optimization. It checks for concurrency safety, which most languages don't do. It checks for memory safety. Most languages have that. They claim it, but it's at runtime, not compile time. That's what makes Rust special. Rust has this extra built-in error catching mechanism that solves more than 70% of the bugs. And this is a quote from Microsoft, not from me. This is a quote from Microsoft, you guys. They said over 70% of their bugs have been solved by just using Rust alone. Rust is amazing. That's why Rust, you guys. That's why. And it's also really fast. It's really fast and performant. That is the use of Rust. What makes it different from C and C++ and Python? Sorry, not an expert in this field, but I'm very interested. So that's kind of like what the answer is. It's very fast, and it provides error checking up front at the compile time, and it will solve errors before you go to production. That's why Rust is really powerful. But it's hard to program in Rust, so it's not forgiving. It's not a beginner-friendly language. And so that's the reason for not using Rust. If you want to learn programming and you're trying to get started, Rust isn't the best one to get started with, you guys. It's not the best, but it's still really good. It's still really powerful, and you will benefit from learning Rust by far. You will benefit. MD, I'll be looking at your GitHub for a learning journey in Rust. Looking forward to your new repos. Cool. That's awesome. Apple RNB. Hey, I missed your message earlier. What do you do? Well, at least right now, what we do. I have a company, and we have over 1 billion connected devices, and I try to focus on that. As the majority of my time, I'm focusing on making sure that company is being successful. That's what I do. But right now, what we're doing is we're doing some code review in Rust. You guys. Your comments aren't coming in. You don't know why. Rajdeep, yeah. So here's what I see on the screen. I can see that. I can see. Hey, how's it going? I see myself. You can see here on the screen. This is what I'm looking at. I don't see it. Some of your comments are not coming in. You're right. I don't see them. They are not showing up. Oh, you guys, you know what I always wanted to do? I wanted to see what the stream looks like. What does the stream look like on a phone? I know, I never wanted to figure that out. Let's see what that looks like. 1 second. What does that look like? What does that look like on a phone? I'm really curious. I've never seen this before. Here we go. What does this look like? What does this look like on a phone? And just check this out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, see, I can see. That's what it looks like on a phone. I'm like this whole time. Who would have thought? Okay, I see. Nice. Let's see what happens when I type here. Hello. 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 Do I see it? Do I see it? Is it going to come in? I see myself typing it. Okay. Yeah, that's neat. All right, I just had to check that out really quick. All right. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it. Some of the messages here. Sorry, yeah, I apologize. It looks like some of your messages aren't showing up. They just don't show up sometimes. They just don't show up. Your comments are not coming and you don't know why. Sorry about that. Sorry, I don't know why either. I also do not know why. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's get back to some of the chat messages. Be looking to your GitHub. Got that one recently. Oh, I recently made an app for Android a few months back, and it's called NumKey. So got 5K installs. You got 5,000 installs. You'll share the code for review sometime or other. That sounds really cool, Hamid. We should do it. Use standard IO, self-write function, add and mutable, and print tasks. Thunder King. What? That looks like some Rust code you got there. It looks like some Rust code you got there in the chat message. Thunder King. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I will keep... Okay, so reading MD's message here to Abhishek. I'll be adding my projects to my GitHub as I continue learning Rust. Please feel free to follow along and share any feedback. It helps me to grow. Excellent. That's awesome. Hello, Stephen. Can you share your LinkedIn in chat? I'll be following you. Really? Okay, Abhishek. Yep, here we go. We'll do it. We'll share the LinkedIn in chat. Here we go. How do we do that? Here we go. Click that button. And then here, click this button. And then I'll paste here. Oh, thanks, Silver. How's it going, Silver? We're, here we do. There's that. We're doing Rust today. We're doing Rust today, you guys. Rajeep. Resi, okay, I think we're finally caught up. You guys, we are caught up with all the chat messages. All right. So MD, I think we did pretty good here on your code review. We made a few improvements. It's looking good. What I could do is, I think that's it. So I'll copy and it's probably not necessary, but just for fun, I will copy and paste this into our Discord. I'll copy and paste this into our Discord here. 1, 2, 3, Rust, paste, 1, 2, 3. All right, here's the modifications we made during stream. So this modifications we made during stream. There we go. Just in case you're curious, just in case. There you go. That's in the Slack, or that's in the Discord channel. There we go, you guys. All right. There's one thing that we wanted to do left. There's one last thing. And that would be, here you guys, here we go. Let's check this out. One last thing. We wanted to implement, not that. Nope, not this. Nope. Here, let's go. Where is it? Let's see. Closing windows. Where is it? Closing windows. This is it here. Okay. Let's see if we can get the Rust analyzer going with NeoVim. So now we're starting a new tutorial. Let's get the Rust analyzer working in an IDE in a text editor called NeoVim. Let's do that really quick, and then this will be the last thing that we do today. This will be the last thing for the week, you guys. Rust analyzer with NeoVim. Okay, so I have NeoVim installed. So let's go over to this window here. There we go. So I've got NVim. NVim. It's installed. Oh, NVim. There we go. Let's type that correctly, you guys. Follow done. I'll be going through. Oh, very cool. Thank you. See, I saw the message just showed up there for a quick and then it disappeared. It disappeared. I looked up PubNub. Is it open source? Apple R&B. Okay, so no, it is not open source. We are proprietary. We've got patents, and we've got secret code that we use to create really fast, extreme scalability, and we've built it over the past decade and a half. You guys. Thank you for the likes. We've built it over the past decade and a half. And so we're closed source when it comes to our server technology because it's written in C, and we've done some really cool stuff by linking out to very special kernel APIs and how we've done high concurrency, you guys. Some very powerful high concurrency that has allowed us to achieve crazy numbers like this on the screen, over 1 billion connected devices. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. I think we did really good with that. And we're not done yet. We have a lot more to go. We have a lot more to go, you guys. We're not done yet. There's many more things to happen here. What time is it there? It's 9:30 p.m. here in Bosnia. Oh, it's 9:30 in Bosnia. Cool. It is currently 12:38 p.m. in the afternoon. So it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime here, you guys. It's lunchtime. I can contribute. I'm a Rust dev too. You are? That's so cool. So most of our infrastructure is written in Rust. So a lot of our tech is written in Rust. And so that's actually really powerful. There's so we a lot of our engineers are Rust as well. We are also Rust engineers over here. Thanks for the helpful feedback and suggestions. You're happy to help you, MD. Rajip, can you please check my Git repo of username shared in previous comment? Let's see. Hold on. Where's your? Okay. Yes. Here we go. Let me copy that. Copy. We're gonna check it out. GitHub. And we go. Boop. Reese. Here we go. Okay, so you've got some projects here. Let's see here. We got some projects. This looks weird. This is odd. Wait, how'd you do that? How did you do that? There's something wrong with the screen here. Do you guys see it? There's something wrong with the screen. Do you see what's wrong? There's something wrong here. Hold on. So, all right. So you asked for it, Rajdeep, you asked for it. We pulled up your repository here on the stream. High concurrency, you got it. I know in quote marks, but yeah, high concurrency actually is. I mean, that's a lot of concurrency. I would say that's a billion devices. That's a lot of concurrency. Always since chill down your spines. I know, yeah, because it is problematic because there's a lot of programming languages that say high concurrency, but they don't quite get to the level that's necessary for our level of scale. And so we had to write our code. We do have assembly optimizations and C and Rust, of course. And that's how we did it, you guys. That's how we did it. We made some legit high concurrency. Socket programming code, please check. Okay, let's do the socket program one. Okay, which one? There's multiple. You've got more than one. You got socket program 1, and then you've got socket programming group part 1. Here, let's do this. Let's do this one. I think that's the one you're talking about. C++. Okay. Chat program. Oh, look at this. Oh, DNS. Are you doing things with datagrams? What are you doing? Wait, is this a binary? What is this? We don't want to wait. Hold on. What is this? This looks like it's be a binary. So here, C++. Here we go. What are you doing? What are you doing with datagrams? A chat programming using DNS. What are you doing? That's kind of fun. What are you doing over here? I think it's neat. Socket programming code, please check. Definitely. Okay, what can I do if I don't have money for servers, but I need space to save registration data for your users app? Oh. Well, so you can, there's a lot of choices. You could save user data. That's a really good question. Because in order to do that, you do kind of need to have a server. You kind of need a server, you guys. You need a cloud server to do that. And you'd have to pay. So potentially what you could do is a cheap option would be to use S3 and signed URLs with S3. So signed URL with S3. And then you could store your data that way, and it will basically be pennies, right? It'll be like 10 cents per month. You could do this approach, and you can save all your user data this way. It'll be pennies, you guys. It'll be really cheap. So this is one way to do it. I mean, that's the cheapest possible way that I can think. It's not going to be the fastest. It won't be the best, but it will be a good low-cost option. It'll be a low-cost option, you guys. All right, let's go back to some of the code here. Okay. Socket programming code, please check. Oh, we did that. Okay. Sir, Python or HTML? Python for sure. Manthan. Sir, Python or HTML? You want both? You want both, you guys. You want both. What are you talking about? Server client socket programming code I wrote before 2 years having thread DNS concepts in C++. Really? Okay, cool. Pooh Rajip. What? David Black. Okay. I wrote this before 2 years in my college. Oh, you did? Okay. You used OS random port binding concept to get unique port number for different clients. Interesting. Interesting. So how do you respond? I mean, you could do request response, right? So it's always, you always get a different port. You always get a different port anyway, right? But DNS is on port 53, right? DNS is on port 53. Hey, Quantified Quantum, how's it going, Quantified Quantum? Welcome into the stream. We're wrapping up here. We got to wrap up here pretty soon. But we're just checking out some C code. We're looking at some C++ code here. It's actually kind of a neat concept. So here's the query. That's when the DNS is submitted, and then you're processing the datagram, and then you're pulling. Okay, here's your FD. Okay, so here's your sock. Oh wait, query. Wait, this seems to be out. This is the client querying it. This function gives random port number on which the user was registered first time assigning. Yes, the OS does that automatically. The OS automatically does this. You don't have to do anything special for random port numbers. Since so much technology has changed, how has PubNub migrated or transitioned its infrastructure to keep up with real-time high concurrency demands? So we've gone container. And we do everything in Kubernetes XS. It's all Kubernetes these days. That's what we've done. We had to do that. And so now everything auto scales. We've got centralized logging. We've got a whole infrastructure that can support this new modern way of operating software in the cloud. And we've migrated. So that's what we've done because we've been doing this for a decade and a half, right? We've been doing this for a decade and a half, you guys. We had to improve because Kubernetes didn't exist when we first got it started. It didn't exist. So we had to come up with our own technology for orchestration back then. But now that the Kubernetes is out, we run Kubernetes. And so that answers your question. A good question, XS. The answer should be interesting. I hope it was. I hope it was interesting. Yep, because Kubernetes didn't exist when we got started. So we had to create our own orchestration technology to deploy our code across different servers and operate it for upgrades and updates. And, zero downtime was hard. Zero downtime orchestration. Zero downtime orchestration is something that we invented. We had to invent because it didn't exist. We had to make it real. We had to figure out how to do it, you guys, and we did it. But now there's things like container organizers like Kubernetes. And so that's what we did. We migrated all of our code and we containerized it, and now we operate in Kubernetes. That's what we did. We did Kubernetes, you guys. Oh, yeah. So I was thinking, how should we approach system-level request caching? Like image primary would be fun. Wait, system-level request caching. For images, so the OS already does that for you, Quantified Quantum. The OS will already do disk caching. You don't need to do anything special there. So if you're talking about images that you store on disk, if you read those images often, the operating system, Linux, will automatically cache those for you in memory, and then it will just pull it from memory. So you don't need to do anything special. You don't need it. It was a good description. It was a good response. I'm happy it was a good response. Okay, so we'll kind of look through a little bit more of this code. We're kind of going outside of the scope here, but I do see. Let's see here. It seems like there's a lot going on, and the indentation is overwhelming. What's going on with your indentation here? Are these tabs? Oh, these are tabs. Okay, that's what's going on. These are tabs. See, look, it's hard to read. So one of the problems is when you use tabs in programming, most editors don't support them very well. So most editors can't use tabs. So if you use tabs, consider switching to spaces because it works a lot better for everyone. You make everyone else's life better. Tabs might work for you and your IDE, but they don't work for everyone. So you can see here that this is broken. You can see this is broken right here. Let's see. No, not a disk caching, network caching. Oh, you want to do network caching. So you could do something like if you really want to do this, you could build your own, or you could use something like memcached. Memcached would be really good for image caching because it's simple, it's clean, it's fast. Simple, clean, and fast. So do memcached. This will get you, and then you store your images there. So then you can just communicate. So here's how you read the data, and then here's how you write the data. It's really easy. It's a get and set. And so you just do it based on the file name. That's it. So if you want to do network caching, this is probably the best way to do it. So you never have to touch disk. You never have to touch disk if you don't want to. The problem is this is not durable. So if your system reboots, it'll go away. So you do need to be able to make sure if you want to keep those images, you still have to save them on disk. You want to suffer making your own? You do? You want to suffer making your own? Okay. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to do it in Rust, I would say. You want to do it in Rust. Okay. I'm going to type this out for you. We'll do this we'll do this over here. All right, bye. Here we go. So this is we'll see. We'll save this as image.rs. We'll save it as image.rs. Here we go. Are you guys ready? All right. So fast image caching with Rust. Okay. So you want to we'll create a to-do list. We'll do it like this. Here we go. / You're going to do it the hard way, and you're going to do it yourself. Okay. So first, you want to we want to autocomplete that much. All right. So I've got opinions. All right. You're going to want to use Tokyo. I would recommend probably Axum. Grab Axum, and then you don't need to use Rust. You can just do it here, and then have a REST API with Axum. REST API with Axum to receive images, and cache them using the, what is it called? It's like an arc. Yes, using this pattern. I think it's a pretty good pattern here. Here you go. Arc mutex hash map string in the Beck UA or some sort of whatever your image is. You probably have like your image here. Your image, whatever this is. You'll have some sort of image struct, right? You'll have some sort of image struct. There you go. You want to suffer? This is how you do it. But it's not actually going to be too much suffering because this is actually, I would say this is probably the best way. If you want to build an image caching system that is only in memory and you want it to be as fast and efficient as you want, you'll want to use Tokyo. Actually, we could just say, just focus on Axum, and then you'll create a REST API with Axum to receive the images. And then you want a REST API to send back the image if it exists in the cache. There you go. There you go, Quantified Quantum. Hope that works for you. You use forward spaces and indentation in your Rust code, and you recommend that practice, or do you suggest anything else? Forward spaces is my favorite. I say forward spaces. A lot of the industry, especially when Ruby on Rails came around, they did go into two spaces. So they did go into two spaces. So you can see like two spaces here was something that they do for indentation. You can also do two spaces. I like four spaces because it's just a little bit more impactful. And here's the problem. There's a problem with two spaces. If you indent with two spaces, it means that you've kind of set yourself up to be comfortable with indentation. You should not be comfortable with indentation. You should not. Four spaces is better. Four spaces is better. You want to do four spaces because it's going to make it so that way you don't want to indent that much. Four spaces is more readable, and it demotes you indenting. You don't want to indent a lot. The maximum indentation you should do is maybe 2 indentations. If you're going beyond that, you got to either refactor the code or put it into a function, right? And then call that code. So this just for code cleanliness, you guys, for code cleanliness. 2 spaces is dirty. It is dirty. It's harder to read, and it promotes indentation. And that's a anti-pattern. You don't want to be indenting because then it creates difficulty in reading the code in the future. You have a Google Meets. I do. Oh, I have a meeting. You heard that? I have to go in 8 minutes, you guys. I have to go. I didn't realize how late it was. David Black, I think now you heard that. You heard that. Wow. Thank you for reminding me because it did trigger, but I missed it. So I do have to go, and I have 8 minutes left, and I have to go, you guys. I have 8 minutes, and I have to go. You heard that? That was crazy. All right. You think NAT also gave dynamic ports? Oh, network address table. So, or network address table. Yeah. We'll give dynamic ports. Yeah. You're right. For outbound, when you're making calls, the OS will automatically randomly assign a port that's based on the kernel settings for your operating system. So you'll have a range of outbound ports in the tuple. So when you're talking about Ethernet frames, there are, it's called a 5 tuple. You have the source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, and protocol. This is the 5-tuple. The 5-tuple, you guys, right here. The 5-tuple. The source IP and this destination IP are pretty static usually, right? You know where you're going to go with those. The source port is going to be your local port, and this is the port that's random. So this port right here is RNG. This is random. And the OS automatically does it. OS automatic. 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 Yep. And then the destination port is going to be like port 80, for example, or port 443. Like 53 for DNS, 80 for HTTP, and 443 for, yeah, there you go. There you go, you guys. There you go. So the source port is always randomized, basically based on the operating system, based on your kernel configurations, you guys. That's how that works. So you basically created your own NAT, right? David Black, actually, that's a cool project, because then you can, it's like a proxy essentially, right? A NAT is basically a proxy, but at the network level, at a TCP level. What code completion are you using? It's quite aggressive. It is, isn't it? It's called Copilot. We do GitHub Copilot. There we go. GitHub Copilot. I like, because it works in my IDE. I use Vim. I use Vi. It is very aggressive. You're totally right. Okay, so I do have to get going. I have a meeting coming up here because you were listening to the sound effects. Shyam, hey, how are you today, buddy? We're doing good. We're wrapping up because I've got a meeting that happens in 5 minutes from now, so I have to get going. To the meeting, guys. I'm suitable for SRE fresher role in your org. We do have an SRE role. We do have some SRE roles. So let's look that up really quick. So you can apply. I don't influence. I know I could, but I don't. I don't influence the team. They get to choose their own. So PubNub careers. Here we go. PubNub careers. Where is it? Here we go. Site reliability engineer. Here you go. Site reliability engineer. It's a remote role. It does say Poland, but you might, if you're the right candidate, it might come in. So here you go. I'll paste that into our Discord. So if you want SRE role, good luck with the meeting, sir. Have a great day. Cool. Yep, we're headed out, you guys. I didn't get the chance to do the NeoVim plugin. I really wanted to do that. Maybe what I could do is, maybe that's something we could do on Monday. Yeah, the correct term was proxy. It was? Yeah, proxy. It's a proxy. Proxies and NATs, a network address table, they're very similar, but a proxy typically already has baked in the port. A proxy is baked in the port. So from that perspective, the protocol in a proxy is predefined, right? A protocol is probably going to be like HTTP, so we have an HTTP proxy, but a NAT will only focus on the first few tuples, right? It's only going to focus on these tuples, the first 4 in the tuple. And then even Sandeep, hey, how's it going? There we go. Good. Cool. Discord link. Oh, sorry. We got to do the Discord link. Thank you for asking. I just pasted it in and I'm like, what's the Discord link? I'm so sorry. You guys. Here we go. We'll paste the Discord link in. Here we go, you guys. Pasting it in. All right. There's the Discord link. Thank you for the suggestions. Appreciate your help and definitely consider them to improve your project. See you next time. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Stephen David Black. Absolutely. Thank you to have you in. Next time, what are you teaching, Sandeep? We were teaching some Rust. And then we had some questions about networking and some C code with DNS, and it was really cool. And we did a code walkthrough with MD's code here, which was a to-do app, and it was really clean. It's really clean code. It was excellent. Thanks, David. We'll try. Forgot so many things and need to revise. Thanks, Stephen. Thank you, guys. We're headed out now. Got to stop stream. So here's the stop button right here. Here's the stop button. We're going to go. So on Monday, we will try to get our NeoVim set up with Rust Analyzer. I wanted to do that today, but we got distracted, you guys. So see you guys on Monday. We'll be back next week. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will be back next week, and we will be doing some Rust Analyzer with NeoVim. There we go. Bye, Apple. Bye, everyone. Bye. See you guys next time. See you, MD. See you, Sandeep. See you, David Black. See you, Beauty. See you, Shyam. See you, Red Jeep. See you guys. We'll be back on Monday. Thank you so much for hanging out. Can you explain WT? It is basically, wait, what? Sandeep? we have like 2 minutes left. Wait, before we go, I have to click the go button. I have to say, Sandeep, go to the Discord and re-ask the question in the Discord, and then I'll be able to get to it. We'll have fun, guys. Have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Upwork 100 connections for $15 is crazy. There you go. Upwork. That's a good one. Let's connect, guys. You got it. Thank you for the likes. We'll see you guys next time. See you guys. Bye, everyone. Let's connect. Bye.